welcome to The Constantine Show. Tonight, I've prepared a special video about drunk driving in the United States and in the state of Colorado. What I've done is shown a little small sketch story about a man named Jim, and how I'm going to build that is showing how much people spend on drunk driving, as well as showing you the risk factors and people who are at risk, and showing you how to prevent yourself from getting a DUI. Stick around and enjoy.
Meet Jeff. Jeff has been out for a night of drinking. However, he is puzzled at the end as what to do in regards to getting home. Jeff has had more than the legal drinking limit, and he decides that he should have a little bit more. But is Jeff making the right decision? No, absolutely not. Jeff ends up meeting and having to drive his car, and this in turn leads to him meeting someone else. Meet Officer Damien. Officer Damien is going to instruct a test to see if Jeff is driving past the legal drinking limit. Instead of having taken a ride home that was safe, Jeff ends up taking another ride with a police officer. Like his fellow DUI offenders, Jeff will end up having to spend a lot of money in the courts as he has to pay for his crime. This will lead to him dishing out more money than he got from the pleasure of the drinks that he had. So we're going to analyze data from the National Highway Safety Transportation Administration, and this is from the 2014 report. According to the report, on average, every 2 minutes, a person will be involved in a drunk driving crash, and at least 2 out of 3 people in their lifetime will be involved in a drunk driving accident. That is at least 4,000 Regis College students. However, this leads to something even bigger, the amount of money that we spend on crashes. Annually, the cost of DUI crashes is at least $44 billion, which is a lot of money that could be spent on more valuable things, and this is according to the NTSB. So what is our message? Do not drink and get behind the wheel. This video is not in any way, shape, or form a prohibition. Rather, it is about delivering common sense to the viewer. So, it's simple. If you get that bottle and grab those keys, you need to stop, because you're going to put the life of others in danger and your own life in danger. But first, what really is drunk driving? Well, according to the Denver Police Department, there are two major distinctions: driving under the influence, as well as driving while impaired. This could be in the form of prescription pills, or the most common, alcohol, and the other that we usually ignore, which is driving under the influence of drugs, such as marijuana, cocaine, and meth. As for alcohol, the legal driving limit is 0.08%, which means that your blood alcohol level should never exceed that amount. And as for prescription pills, it is never safe for anyone to operate heavy machinery or even drive a car under these hazardous conditions. So, the question is, what is the different types of DUI charges that one can face? There is felony DUI, aggravated DUI, as well as misdemeanor DUIs. And all these have pretty huge consequences. For example, jail, money that you can spend on DUIs, you can lose your driving privileges, you cannot be hired, and you cannot go to college, etc., etc. So given these numbers, that begs the question, what about here at home in Colorado? Well, in Adams County, there were over 2,312 charges for DUI, and in Denver County, there were 2,612 charges for DUI. In all these cases, drivers had a blood alcohol level of over 0.16%. That is way too dangerous for anyone to have. So, what people are at the risk of having a DUI, or in that sense being victims of DUIs? Well, the first group is young people, which is our age group. Their risk is greater than that for older people. Among drivers with a blood alcohol level of 0.08%, 3 out of every 10 were between 21 and 24 years of age. And for ages 25 to 34, the CDC found that 29% were from ages 35 to 44, which accounted for 24% of the deaths. Another group that is more at risk for having DUI crashes or being victims of DUI fatalities includes motorcyclists. As for 2014, data showed that 29% were involved in fatal crashes, and most of them had a blood alcohol level of 0.8% or higher. Those aged 40 to 49 have had the highest percentages of deaths with blood alcohol levels of 0.08% or greater. This amounted to 40% of the deaths in 2013 alone. This data is from the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration. Another group that is at risk for DUI is repeat offenders. Drivers with alcohol levels of 0.8% or higher were involved in fatal crashes were 7 times more likely to have prior conviction for driving while impaired than drivers with no alcohol in their system. The old saying goes, prevention is better than cure. So, since we're the generation that should be the one that stops drunk driving or drug driving, we should look at how to avoid getting a DUI conviction. Our first solution should be simple. Stay at home. This saves a lot of time and saves money as well. For the amount of time that you're going to spend going outside your house and risk coming back home while driving drunk, you could save yourself time in jail. Our second solution is, be smart. Use your phone and call yourself a taxi, a Lyft, or an Uber. For the amount of money that it takes you to wait for that Uber, or the amount of money that it will take you to get home, it saves you $10,000 that you will spend on your DUI conviction. This is just basic common sense. Our next measure would be, plan ahead. This does not hurt. If you're having a party, be sure to make sure that all your guests have a safe way of getting home. This can help, in turn, save lives. So here in our show, we always want to look at the bigger picture. What can be done on a macro scale? Well, as for law enforcement, enforcing BAC laws, minimum legal drinking age laws, as well as zero tolerance for drivers under 21 could be of great help. As for car manufacturing companies, there are several measures they can take. For example, newer model cars should have ignition interlock devices, and they should also be required in existing cars for first-time offenders. Ignition interlock devices prevent drivers from starting their cars if the blood alcohol content is over the legal limit. This could help save lives. Going back to law enforcement, using of frequent sobriety checkpoints as research has shown that they have been proven effective. Anyone can be scared by something, and they would not want to be caught drunk driving, especially by the police. Another great way to inflict a message that discourages drivers from drunk driving could be by the use of advertisements. For example, running ads through TV, such as this one that shows a cop beating his own designated driver. Another one could be through billboards. Billboards such as these usually attract the attention of drivers and in most cases deter others from driving while drunk. Another way we can induce. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you took away more than enough information. Remember, if you're drinking, do not grab the keys. Have a good day. Drunk driving in the United
States. We sincerely hope that you enjoyed that video. There are so many things to take away from that. Prevent a DUI, you can save a life. Leave a like below and be sure to comment. Thank you so much for your time. Goodbye.